Thank you all so very much. We are
guys.
so delighted to be back here. My name is Joni, and this is Esther. And what we do, we call Sex Ed Boot Camp. Sometimes we call it the Sex Ed Boot Camp experience because we're going to go over so many topics and things that just have to do with life and living and empowerment and where you are in your place in life and where you are in terms of your sexuality and whether you embrace it or not. So we're going to have a lot of information to share with you today. Some of it is going to be a little touchy because what we do is medically accurate information. We are going to ask you to please, first of all, this is now a safe space, so you can ask us anything you want to ask us. During the course of our conversation, if you choose to respond to a question, I'm going to reward you by throwing these little emoji stress balls out, just to say thank you, okay? And we want you to be able to get all the information that you need today from us. So what we do, we have a goal. It's called erotic enlightenment. Does that sound cool? Erotic enlightenment. Think about it. We're going to raise the bar on your being able to be comfortable talking about sex and sexuality and what you like and what you don't like or what you're not ready for, and it's all good because these are your bodies and your choices. So, everybody ready to get erotically enlightened? Let's do it.
All right. We have one last ground rule. It is a full crowd right now, so if you guys get a little loud inside chatter or giggles, we know that can happen. So if you see one or both of us go like this, it just means to try to dial the volume down a little bit. We want you to be able to hear us, but more importantly, we want you guys to be able to hear each other.
So,
okay?
So please, if you talk to each other, use your inside voices, not your outside voices, so that because we are videotaping today, and we want this to be the best presentation for you.
Awesome.
All right, let's
Ready?
do this.
All right, let's do this.
So when college students come to college, you're usually in one of three camps. You're usually abstinent, and that's your definition as to what abstinence is, because everybody does define it a little bit differently. Some people, you're looking for a hookup. Sex is great for release. We have nothing against hookups as long as everybody is on the same page and understands that's the way it's going to roll. And some people are looking for a connection. They're looking for somebody really special in their life. And wherever you are and wherever you feel you are at this moment, that's true to you. And we're not here to change your mind on anything other than we are sexual creatures and we want to encourage you to embrace your sexuality more. Just for you. And it's your choice.
So we understand when most students come to college, especially if you come away to college, right? A lot of you guys, how many of you guys still live at home? A lot, okay? So getting a little privacy for me time is a little difficult, right? Mom and dad still kind of hovering over you. When you move away to school, though, for a lot of people, and I know some of you might do that in the future, usually we find students in one of three camps, right? As Joni said, part of the hookup culture. Abstinence, we just want to make one stipulation. Abstinence is a choice. We value and honor abstinence as a choice. I do want to say that we do that with one caveat. Just because you're not choosing to share your body with another person right now, that does not absolve you of the responsibility of understanding how your body works, what works for you and what doesn't. So that when you're ready to share your body, you actually know how to communicate what makes you happy and what makes you feel good and what issues or acts are hell to the no. Okay? So we just want you to be aware of that and start having those conversations in your head, even if you're not ready to have those conversations with another person. Okay? Or you're part of the hookup culture, like Joni said, can be just for the sake of sex. It's a great stress reliever. But, again, another caveat. If you're too tender-hearted for someone that's going to love you and leave you, make sure you know that going in. Because if somebody says to you, baby, this is just a hookup, tomorrow I am going to cross the quad and not know your name. My friends, trust them when they tell you that. Because no matter what kind of magic you got going on down here, they are not going to fall in love with you tomorrow. Okay? So some of us can't play that way. Just know that about yourself. Or maybe you're part of a third camp. Maybe you're waiting for somebody who's worthy. Maybe you're waiting for somebody special who's worthy of all this, right? And that's a great place to be too. So in about an hour, let's see what camp you're in. You might surprise yourself. So, tell us, where do we learn about sex in our culture?
Anybody want to volunteer where they learned about sex?
Okay.
Yes?
Media.
The media. Awesome. Tell me more. What specifically media? Because we have MedMD and we've got porno.
Awesome.
TV and movies and things. Yeah, that's awesome. Did you learn anything useful about safer sex during any of those movies?
No.
Not really. Did you learn anything about communication?
A little bit, maybe, right?
Maybe a little bit?
Maybe a little bit?
But it's really not really accurate.
Right.
But it's romance, and it gets you in the mood, so it's a good thing. Romance is like a starting point for starting to get you mentally and physically aroused. That's fantastic. I am going to throw this very gently, underhanded, and I'm not going to throw it at you.
There you go.
We'll get it to you later.
One of the things to bear in mind too, whether your media form is romantic comedy movies or if your media form is porn, either one is going to set you up for unrealistic expectations when it comes to sex, right? All our favorite Hollywood movies, the phantom simultaneous orgasm. It's a fantasy, my friend. You might as well be looking for Cinderella. Just saying, okay? Where else do we learn about sex in our culture?
Over there in the red shirt.
Experience.
Awesome, fumbling around in the dark. It's how a lot of us got here. Ask your parents.
Exactly.
Well, that's how I got here.
Was it a good experience? Was it a good experience?
You know, you live and you learn.
There you go.
Amen,
you live and you
sister.
learn. Exactly.
That's right.
All right, heads up.
Heads up, here it comes. She's not Monet Davis, but she's got a good arm. So, where else? Anywhere else? Yeah. School, awesome. Now, did you go to school here in Florida? What did you learn about sex in Florida? Not a whole hell of a lot, right?
Did you learn mostly just don't do it? Yeah, that's a lot going on around here. Esther, tell them why that is.
So,
I'm going to toss this to you.
You're going to love this. So, did you guys know this number just recently changed through the Guttmacher Institute? Did you guys know that only 39 states and the District of Columbia require any form of sex ed to be taught before college? But only 16 states and the District of Columbia require that information be medically accurate, which means schools can get federal funding from your taxpayer dollars and your parents' taxpayer dollars to teach bullshit, also known as abstinence-only education, which has been proven time and time again to be ineffective, okay? Does not delay students from having sex, and it certainly doesn't teach you anything useful, right? So, and that does vary state by state. So when you meet people from all over the country, our levels of knowledge vary and very, very different. Did you learn anything about disease prevention here in Florida in school? No, right? We have met and we're going to talk about some statistics later, and you will be shocked at the percentage of students here in the state of Florida who have never, by the time they reach college, even been taught how to apply a condom. It's terrifying. Anywhere else?
Can I go back to the conversation about talking and looking at porn?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I want to bring up porn, and I want you, no disrespect to porn, actually. I've been on Pornhub many times. We watch it because, first of all, this is our job. We are sexologists, so our homework is watching porn because I want to see what they're depicting and what you're watching. And now that everybody can post videos of themselves up there, it's gotten creepier. But if you watch porn a lot, what you're setting yourself up for is very unrealistic expectations. Those guys, especially the models, are there because of their body size. So they're hung down to here. And you're looking at that thing going, you're gonna put that where? That's gonna fit? Really? How's that happening? And on the other side, some of the other people are going, well, I'm not that big. You know what? You weren't short shafted. What you got is all good. And we're going to teach you how to work it better. So porn, and then the women, right? The women all have fake boobs. You can tell they're fake because they don't ever move. And no disrespect. Anybody who wants to change their body, you don't like the size of your breasts, go for it. Please, love your body. But when you look at these movies, you will see when a woman lays down, normal, healthy, natural breasts go this way. Fake breasts stay here. When you stand up, normal breasts will go a little bit this way. When you get older, they go this way.
Any physics students in the room, I will tell you, gravity is no one's friend.
So just know that what you're seeing is twisted a little bit. And then they film this thing and they edit it and loop it over and over and over again. So they're doing this for an hour. If in real life you were doing this for an hour, one of you is walking like this for 3 days and you're on block because we're not made for that kind of pounding. So we're going to talk about the realities of what sex really should look like and how you can slow it down. It's not as fast as you can do it or as hard as you can do it. It's what you want to do, and you can mix it up as you choose to do it.